Cappenings.
Cool.
This is monumentous. We are on our way right now. I like how you're spending time. You're shadowing me on a listing appointment right now. So wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you about listing appointments and happenings.
Sure, yeah.
So this is your first full week, full time. Oh, we've got the EPS directing us. Is that volume down?
Yep.
Okay. This is your first full-time week as Realtor ever. With
you,
Right Choice.
Yeah, with Right Choice, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And we're on our way to a listing appointment for one of my new listings.
Yep.
You've been doing real estate 2 years.
Yep.
In 2 years, how many listings have you had?
Listings, 5 listings.
And have you had more listing appointments than that, or did you bat 100 and get every listing appointment you went on?
I have had 8 listing appointments.
Oh wow, you can remember.
Yeah, I know the 3 that I didn't get.
Yeah? What? And the 3 you didn't get, what were the reasons for not getting them?
One lady she was taking my price that I listed a house in Welland for and expecting to get it in a different area of Niagara Falls.
Okay,
because
so
it's
price,
a similar house.
So price was one, another one?
The other one, they used me to get the value of their house, but list with a discount brokerage.
Gotcha.
And third one, it was between me and 2 others, and 2 others came in much higher and ended up selling for the same price that I told them to anyways.
Gotcha. Okay, so getting 5 out of 8 is pretty good. That's help me with my maths here. 66%. Let's just call it 66.
Yeah, we'll say that. Well, I think it's a little higher. I think
70,
it's 80%.
whatever. So myself, I don't bat 100 either. I don't get all of my listings, but I'll just go through because you actually just went on a listing appointment recently, and you're going to show me your CMA. But I'm going to go through kind of what I do, what you do, and we're going to be like a lot of things, polishing up your process. But when somebody calls me up and says that they want to list their house, the first thing that I do is I book an appointment with them.
Yep.
And I go see their house, and they give me a tour of their house.
Yes.
And when they give me a tour of their house, I have a sheet of paper, and I take all kinds of notes, and they give me a tour of their house. And then from there, I go home and I do a comparative market analysis. I go to the Right Choice headquarters home.
Yep.
And then once I've done analysis, I look at houses that have sold, houses that haven't sold, houses that are on the market, comb through their street, what's happened on their street in the area, come back with an analysis, and I go and present it. And that's when go back to 2-step process, go back and go over the entire analysis that I've done with them. Spend about 8 or 12 hours per analysis, and then from there give them a suggested list price, let them know what kind of works I do, and then see if we get the listing or not, or if they're ready or not, if they like everything or not, and go from there.
Yeah.
That's kind of the process. Today, what we're doing is we've already done our presentation, and we're just going to sign the paperwork. So I have not seen one of your comparative market analysis yet, but I think you've just briefly seen one of mine, and I think that we do them different. Yeah?
Yeah. A little bit. Much, actually. Two completely. Well, yours are a little more I don't know how to explain it. Well, thorough. Like when I get a call, or when I go on a listing appointment, I search the area first, and I have a rough estimate of what's in mind for price, and then I will pull MPAC before I get the listing, of course.
What do you mean you pull MPAC?
Like I'll go on to Geo Warehouse and pull the report. To find out the exact square footage of your built, stuff that if there's any additions, stuff like that. Just the $8
square footage. That's a report that you have to buy. You buy that before going?
No. Before I sign, or no, before I list. So
Okay.
I do that before I sign paperwork.
Okay.
No, the day I sign paperwork.
The day you sign. Okay.
The day I sign, I buy that. Yeah. No, that came up backwards. But then so I look at to see if the property's been listed. I look in the area, see what's been listed, what's been canceled, what's been expired, what's overpriced, what's underpriced. So I kind of do that same thing, but you put together a big slide, I guess you'd say. A huge,
That's a
thorough
presentation.
presentation.
Yeah.
I print some stuff out and I explain everything.
You what?
I print stuff out.
What's that?
So I print it out and
Is
I
that like
explain
a fax
it.
machine?
Yeah, it is. It's from the 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah, I print the stuff out. I give them a copy of some certain things.
Where do you get a printer? Do they sell those at heritage stores?
Yeah, I think it's what's that one store called? I don't even know. Heritage Plus, maybe.
Heritage Plus?
Heritage Plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then I give them some copies of certain things, and then I explain different scenarios of the area, different houses that have been listed, different ones that have been canceled, and then we come up with the listing price, and that's how I present.
Okay, so I'll tell you one of the things that one of the reasons I spend so much time on analysis, why they're so thorough, why they're so long, why I don't use a printer, whatever that is because the number one most important thing when listing a house is pricing it right.
Yes.
I go, I don't know if you want to call it the extra mile. I don't know if you want to call it above and beyond. I call it happenings. But when marketing a property, I'm making many happenings. And I can make all the happenings in the world. I could do professional pictures. I could do a video. I could put it all over my platforms that get huge reach on Realtor.ca. It could buy an ad on the Jumbotron at Blue Jays Stadium, what's it called now? Rogers Center?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, Skydome. You can do anything. If you got a property priced wrong, it doesn't matter if you're everybody in the world knows it's for sale. It's not going to sell. So that's why I spend so much time getting an analysis done beforehand, because it doesn't matter what you do after. If it's not priced right, your house is not selling.
Yeah, that's correct.
So what I've seen in the industry is a lot of people not be as thorough on their analysis for whatever reasons. I haven't even seen yours yet, but from what you've told me about it and from the way I've done mine, I just have to presume that you haven't seen one like mine until now. Or
no,
right?
Not that in depth. No.
Right. So after I show you how mine is done, which will be after you show me how you do yours, so I can see what you're doing, you'll be able to do that too. And
yep.
The reason for this is, like I said, pricing is the number one most important thing when listing a house.
Yeah.
You can ask me, you can ask any seasoned realtor, you can even go to the Google if you don't believe a realtor and see what the Google says about pricing a house. And this is the most important thing. And I spend so much time on that reason, and that's just how I approach my clients, my listings. If I'm not pricing their house properly, at least giving them the suggestion for listing their house properly, I'm not doing my job. We're not doing our jobs.
Yeah.
Because if we're not pricing the house properly, if we overprice it, statistics show that a house will sell for less if it's been on the market longer than if it was priced properly out the gate.
Yeah.
As well, it is difficult but possible to underlist a house.
Yes.
Underlisting a house is very hard to do. Underselling a house is possible, but underlisting, in my whole career, I think I've only done it once, underlisting, where I actually confused the market with the pricing strategy, that it was so below what we thought it was going to sell for that people weren't sure what it was going to sell for.
Yeah.
So,
well, I always go by, if the house is listed less than what it should be, that could stir up a bidding war, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you're going to get what you want. Well, close to what you want anyway.
This is something that a lot of people have a hard time with listings, is they're afraid that they're going to underprice their house and lose on their house. The classic line I just told you the other day.
I want to sell my house, not give it away.
I'm not giving it away.
Yeah.
I can assure you one thing, Cole. When I have a listing and when you have a listing, we will never be giving it away.
Yeah.
No matter what we price it at, because we will not undersell. The market is the most honest and brutal thing that I know of.
Yes.
Because the market tells you list a property, if you get offers, hey, they're telling us they like it.
It's priced right.
It's priced right. If it's up on the market for a while and it sells within days on market, the market's telling us what's up. And if we get no showings or it doesn't sell after average days on market, price too high. It's real estate is not a rocket science here.
No.
We're not rocket scientists. We might be fantastically good-looking gentlemen, but we're not rocket scientists.
No.
It's easy. House doesn't sell, price. So the market is brutally honest. And when people say they don't want to give it away, the market is going to help you understand about giving it away, because market value is exactly that. I'm not sure if you know the definition as market value as I interpret it. And market value for real estate is selling a home at market price, which means selling it in a given amount of time at arm's length on the open market. So open market, how do we get on the open market? In our area, having a listing on realtor.ca and doing some extra marketing for the home.
Yes.
Open market. We're allowing anybody in the world to purchase the home. It's not a pocket listing as it's referred to. Or we're not selling a home privately where it's not on the open market, or even a sale that is done privately. That doesn't tell us market value because it was never on the market.
Yeah.
Right? So market value, it's one of the easiest things in the world, because it's whatever the market will bear for it.
Yeah.
What is a house worth? The easy answer, which is the truth, is what a seller is willing to sell a home for and what's a buyer willing to pay.
That's what I always say.
And
a house is only worth as much as the buyer's willing to pay.
And the seller's willing to sell.
And the seller's willing to sell, of course.
Because if a buyer's willing to pay $300,000 for a house, but a seller wants $320,000, we never really find out market value because it never sold.
Yeah.
Right? Is $300,000 the answer? Maybe, but the transaction never went through.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a common thing. The most common hurdle, I'm sure you're aware of, but when selling a house, once you have it, and not even once you have it listed, but is the biggest challenge realtors have when listing a house is helping a client list it for the proper price. And it's the most common challenge in a listing is that people want to list their house higher. They want to list it. You tell them $300,000, they want to go $320,000, $350,000, and all of the reasons, most common reasons, I don't want to give it away. I want to build room for negotiation. Right? I want more money. We have a call coming in. Interesting. From our client. Man, we'll cut it short for now.
Yeah.
I think this is good. These are common challenges where we have our client calling here for the appointment we're going to. So we'll cut this down. I'm happy that you're coming out on this appointment to see how this goes, and we'll make many happenings.
Happenings.